Hey, what's going on, y'all? Because I'm a Fury, and I'm out and about. That's why I got the mask on, of course. You know, and don't get on here with your mask conspiracy theories. I'm an EMT. I know the importance of wearing the mask. That shit is real. Fuck what you think. So anyway, I'm laughing because the news is broke that fucking Last of Us 2 is the third best-selling Sony exclusive to date. Third best, despite all the controversy. Me, on the other hand, I think that, I actually enjoyed the story about the game. Me, I don't care too much about the franchise, but I just find it funny because it really gets under the crawl of the anti-SJWs. And then, of course, we got people making clickbait, talking about how much they claim to hate the game because they know talking about hating the game gets views. So I put a comment under Tyrone's Magnus's latest video about it, and guess what? I said, you see the vocal minority I have, this game sounding like is that a horrible flop? And then of course there's people, well, you gotta understand, just because a game sells well doesn't mean that it's good. I'm like, it's good enough to sell. And I'm thinking to myself, that's funny. That's really funny. You know? Just because something doesn't sell, also you could say doesn't mean it's terrible. So, miss me with that. People actually like something that you don't like, and that's the problem with it. There's a lot of people out there that like shit that I don't like, and vice versa. But you know what? I'm not crying about it. I'm not fucking crying about it like a little bitch, okay? It's like Jim Sterling actually said. They're a bunch of angry little teenage white boys, but unlike this. I'm sorry, this shit is just hilarious. All jokes aside, this shit's so fucking stupid. Alright? It did well. It did well, get over it. That's all you can do. It's out. People are like, well, what about it? I'm gonna see how many other returns it got. Even if people traded the fucking end, that don't go back to Sony. It ain't minus off their account. It don't go back to them. Once it's open, guess what? It's gonna get traded in, dumbass. I don't know, I just find this shit hilarious. I just really do. And to prove my point, there's not one pre-owned copy of Last of Us 2, despite all the bullshit I hear people crying about. Changed my mind. Changed my mind. Oh, don't see it. 'Cause I'm a fury. And what you just saw proves my point about people complaining about the damn game. It's funny because I bet most of the sales have been digital due to the pandemic. And guess what? Angry haters. That means that the game is just basically, it's no refunding it after a certain amount of time. So that's still money in Sony's pocket. And like I said in the video, even if there was trade-ins, that's still money in Sony's pocket because they don't get that. It don't minus against the sales of the game. So people kill me, man. This is how the fandom moves in general when it comes to fanboy logic. And I just used The Last of Us 2 as the example because that day that I was out and about a couple days ago is when I first heard the news about it being one of the best-selling PlayStation first-party games of all time. I think it's the third best. So people ain't happy about that. They want you to be miserable because they don't like something, or they can't respect the fact that you like something that they don't like. Like everything that I said in the video, I stand by it. Everything I say in that video, I stand by it. But I don't know if you guys have heard the news about Ghost of Tsushima getting expansions with new gameplay modes that aren't part of the storyline, but they are based in that world. They got supernatural elements to them. They talk about a raid mode after that, and they promised, Sucker Punch promised no microtransactions for that. And I'm like, yes, because the standard game alone don't have them. That's a good thing. The game developers, Sucker Punch, proved one thing, that they're not trying to be part of the mode of the one and done. Okay? Because that is the common thread with Sony first party exclusive games. And I stand by that. That's like the common thread, that these games basically are good to play through, and you're playing for the story more than you're playing for the fun. And once that's all done, there's really nothing else to do with it. They've taken the fact that it's an open world game, and then they add other things to it, because they know after you done beat all the story modes, you beat all the missions, there's really nothing for you to do but fight respawning enemies. It's like Metal Gear Solid 5 all over again. Once you beat the story, there's really nothing left for you to do but try to do the online thing and steal resources to make ridiculously expensive weapons, which you can use to go back and replay mission. Oh, okay. Now I get what Metal Gear Solid 5 was doing, but it's still repetitive nonetheless. You know? And that was me being sarcastic. I knew what they were trying to do. It's just repetitive gameplay, which Ghost of Tsushima is trying to break out of that. But guess what? Also, just in case you didn't know, pull out your PS Vita, because you are still able to do this with that portable, that handheld, despite it being discontinued and it being to 2020. I was about to say 2020. So check it out. Check out what you can do. Speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, I just wanted to start this video out just with a random thing. And it's like, look, it's 2020 and this is my PS Vita. And guess what? I can run Ghost of Tsushima on it, remote play. And you can run countless other remote play games on your Vita if you got internet connection. You know, on my ambulance truck, I got constant internet connection, so I can connect to my PS right there, PS4 Pro, and boom, I have this to play. Just a reminder to those who think these things are useless. Very underrated handheld, especially when it comes to being a companion to your PS4. Check it out. Just another shot of this. Just look at this. Running on the PS Vita. You know? I mean, for remote play, I know I'm in the same area as my Vita, but if you got a good section, you can hear the music coming in. Good shot of that. But yeah, it actually really works well with it. All we gotta do is just get accustomed to the controls in comparison to how it controls with a standard controller here with your Vita. You be good. But yeah, you got constant internet connection. Yeah, you got it.